and put it as one of their craft beers. And they had a few others they come up with, Azteca, to compete with Corona, all these things. But the people that drank Newcastle Brown Ale were Newcastle Brown Ale drinkers, and everything about it they loved.
Dennis, one thing I want to stop you on that's resonating with me, and I think it's a good message, is that your personal visions and values of working hard and being the person that you talked about being based on your dad's early advice to you has helped your career changes throughout. Because here's a company, or really a middle person, that cares about you and who you are and what you've done for them as a middleman to introduce you to another good client of theirs. Mm-hmm. And it had nothing to do with the brand you were selling. It had to do with who you were. And I think that's easy to forget. The tools that we possess can carry us throughout our lives if we apply them and do them well. It doesn't matter what brand you're with. It's who you are as a person, really.
Right. No, I agree. And it's easy if you keep your focus on your integrity and the value you add to businesses that you work with, then they're going to have their eye on you. And if they see something amiss in, possibly with the company you're in, they'd gladly put you in it or help you to get into a better position.
Yeah.
Because they know you are a man who's going to keep his word. You're going to work hard for them. And nobody likes to see somebody spinning their wheels.
Yeah, sure.
In a place that they really don't fit.
Sure.
Or that doesn't share their values.
So, okay, you got this new product. Great product, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And how did that go for you?
It went fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's about 4 years there.
Wow.
And decided at that time, after selling, after making it through just the Central Coast, beer distributors, Arizona, went into national accounts position and selling to all on and off trade national accounts all through the tri-state area. Saw an opportunity to get into real estate. So this is 2004. Real estate's great. Real estate's hot. I got my license after a weekend of some kind of training thing. I immediately went down and passed the test. All well and good. Went to work for a guy. And did real estate. And I'm probably going too fast. But Newcastle was an amazing experience because the people that did drink it believed in it, loved it. So that was an easy sale. Expanding beyond that was more difficult. But relating the experiences and the love of the people who really enjoyed the beer made it that much easier to sell.
Sure.
So brown, that's yucky. Brown beer, who's going to drink brown beer? Well,
a whole bunch of people.
A lot of people drink brown beer now. Okay?
Yes, they do.
And I had a pretty good hit with in the Staples Center, getting draft and the 18.6 ounce bottles.
Wow, that's a good hit.
That was an excellent hit.
Big account. I sold tequila there for 2 years for sure, and we moved a lot of boxes up there. Yeah, good for you.
There was a buyer named Paul Garnica, and at the time he was with Aramark, Home Depot Center, the Sheraton up here, and not Commerce. No, Commerce is out in L.A., but the other one.
Yeah, that place.
The Sheraton Resort.
That place.
And Staples Center.
So you had good success there.
Yeah.
Well, so what inspired you to leave and go do real estate?
Real estate's always been like something in my mind that I'd always had a desire to do. Working on homes, I spent some time in college, and it was drafting, design, and mainly focused business, and just creating nice space, outside, inside. And I always had, wanted to make money, kind of entrepreneurial too.
Yeah, sure.
And then that steady paycheck didn't always provide. you had everything you wanted. And there was a dream to do something else, so I tried it.
Yeah.
And I had the means to do it, so it was fun.
Yeah.
And I thought being a man of integrity, and you could get into that business.
Yeah, knock it out.
Oh, yeah, because everybody in real estate is.
Yeah, challenging.
Yeah.
So how long were you in real estate?
2 years.
2 years, and you'd had enough.
I saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And I knew that just being in the business and seeing how it was operated, and to some of the ways people, the tactics they use to sell, listing, and some of the loan, probably ought to be careful, but you observe that people are getting loans that shouldn't get loans.
Yeah.
And then affordability indexes and programs and things, and you knew it was just destined to fail.
So it sounds like your own integrity pulled yourself out of that business.
Absolutely.
You had your own barometer of what you wanted to be involved with. And look, a lot of people have been around for the ups and downs of the real estate markets and the loan markets. We know.
Yeah.
The banks were pushing it hard to get people qualified that had no business owning, and the things that people are doing within real estate. So I get it, and I love that your integrity has pushed you through another career choice,
right?
Because it didn't fit your model. So what did you find to go do? Here you are. Okay, I'm no real estate for me. What am I going to do now?
Well, it was rough because I knew that my forte, my love, had always been the beverage business, and I had a pretty good resume. I thought it wasn't. Nobody's perfect, and but Jesus, I'd done a ton of things in places and accomplished and excelled at so many things in the industry. I thought, great, let's go. I'll just whip out the resume, get down there, some interviews.
Yeah.
And it was not so easy.
Yeah.
And there was a lot, had then become a lot more corporate. There were a lot of new brands coming out. There were a lot of college degreed individuals with this mindset of how to do things, not necessarily because they were experienced at doing those things, but because a book was showing them that if they did A, B, and C on page 1, 2, 3, passed the test, and spoke well, that they'd be able to sell anything, go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of, since I didn't have a college degree, it was difficult.
Yeah.
And at that level, it was difficult. But being overqualified happened a lot.
Sure. You had a lot of experience.
So I was running out of money.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and see people that worked for me, and that as a brewery rep at these distributors that I had helped their people sell more products. So I'm on the streets. I'm always a street guy.
Yeah.
Always on the streets with these people. But I had to go back to the management. I needed a job.
Yeah.
And I don't care what it is. What do you have? I need to get back into this industry, and you've got to have something. It was a very humbling experience.
I'm sure.
So, yeah. So back to the industry.
Yeah. Where'd you land?
I landed at Haralambos Beverage for about 3-4 weeks. I apologize to them for bailing out, but because they did give me the opportunity to do something.
Yeah.
But I think they knew.
Yeah.
So one day, I'm living on my son's bedroom floor in my ex-wife's apartment. That's how sketchy it got.
Wait, say that one more time.
I slept on the floor of my son's bedroom in my ex-wife's apartment.
You were hurting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But I was still paying all my obligations.
Sure.
So,
sure. But you were doing what it took.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And one day I got a call, and it was from a recruiter. First name was Jim. Sketchy on the last name, but he was telling me about a beverage company. It was an energy drink company that, this is, and he was referred to me through a guy I used to work with at Newcastle, Dave Crowell. Wonderful guy. So he had called Dave Crowell. Dave says, and he described a position that this energy drink company was looking for. And Dave Crowell says, hey, you know what? There's only one guy I know of that can do that with the experience and the knowledge and everything. Yeah. Give Dennis Quinn a call. This guy called me. We chatted. He assured me, he says, this is not a lot of money. Don't worry about the salary. This company is moving. And every 6 months, people are being promoted. It's just...
They're moving.
They're moving. He says, you need to take a chance. I guarantee you, if you're the guy that Dave said you were, you'll land this job. I'll be happy. You'll be happy. And things are going to work out great.
Yeah.
Don't worry about a thing. Send me your resume.
Okay.
Okay, I did. And scheduled the interview. Got hired. And, they had a cool brand. With a really neat name and logo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
Monster Energy.
Monster. Wow.
Yeah.
So here you are living on your son's floor, basically, and doing something that you don't like very much, and you get offered a position with an emerging company that's going places called Monster Energy.
Right.
What year was that?
It was 2006.
2006.
So July 3rd, 2006.
What was the position?
No, July 5th. Had to wait till after
the
holiday. The position was, I know what it ended up as, but it started out as working in sales, but out of the accounting department as an analyst. So I was the DSD analyst. And my charge was, according to Mark Hall, who introduced me to all the people in the accounting department.
Which is, by the way, if you weren't paying attention earlier in the show, he was the guy nosing around from Hanson's Beverage.
That's the tall, blonde-headed dude.
Yeah.
Nosing around from Hanson's at the
so
expo.
Here you are, working for him.
New Orleans, yeah. And it was funny because he takes me. At the time, Hanson's was back off of Railroad in the city of Corona, and it was a back building. It wasn't even the front building on the street. And there was the sales office. Offices were in the front, kind of cramped, and all the management, all the C-suites. I mean, everybody's cramped in there. And then there was the warehouse was in the center. And then back in, like most people have security people in the back of the building. Well, that was accounting. Their big thing was that when they sold $1 million worth of product, that was in accounting. Oh, man,
that was going to be the day.
$1 million worth of Monster. That was the thing they looked back on and went, wow, we did it. That's how big the brand was.
Yeah.
And everything, all the Hanson's products, all the Monster was stored in one warehouse.
Been there.
In between accounting and
I remember. I was there. I've been there.
It was amazing. So they sat me down in the corner, and they went, all the people this is Mark Hall. He says, you're going to work over here. We don't have room in the front. I want you to watch all the billing, all the distributor billing, all of the sales programming, bill backs that come in, all the programming from the salespeople all over. I want you to watch that for me. And accounting people, send everything to him before it gets approved.
Wow.
So that was my charge.
At the time, it was probably a lot of work, but not what it could have been or what it became, right?
Oh, my. No, at the time, it was manageable. A little crazy, but when you're thrown into a situation like that, nobody knows you. You're not an accounting person. You're asked to count the beans and control the beans. And the head of accounting was away for a short time. She came back and discovered this guy controlling all the beans in the accounting department back then. Sales beans, not like all the beans.
Sure.
And it just had a fit. It was funny.
Wow.
You work for Mark Hall?